Good afternoon. Welcome to our tutorial. Today, the 16th of September 2014, in the second semester. Today, as you can see on my screen, we're going to discuss about Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office Word Module 5. So 2 weeks ago, we've been discussing about Microsoft Word 1 and 2 as described on our outline. As you can see, the last time it was the 2nd of September. So it means in September we only have 2 tutorials. I mean, the one on the 2nd and the second, this one on 16. I mean, we have 3 because we have the last one on the last day of the month. So this one today we're going to discuss about Microsoft Word Module 5. Which is to do with the tables, creating, editing, and formatting a table. So, as I said last time, during our tutorial, I'm expecting questions from you, from students. It means you bring up the questions in discussion on some of the stuff that you didn't understand properly throughout the studies. I mean, like you've been going through your computer book, and there are things that you want me to emphasize or to give much light, then you can bring it up during the tutorial. I'll be able to assist you. So, yes, actually, as far as the assignments are concerned, let me find the page. Yes, yeah, it should be down here. Yes. So Microsoft Word, as I said, we're going through 3 modules. We have module 1, 2, and 5. But when it comes to the assignment to submit, assignment to submit, you're not going to submit 3 assignments based on 3 modules. We came up with something like 1 combined assignment. So 1 assignment covering Word 1, 2, and 5. So this is the one we can see here, which we are expecting to be submitted on 23rd of this September. So I'm sure that the Excel as well, which is the spreadsheet, which is going to start very soon, is going to be submitted in October. So remember, from September to October, you don't have much time. So time becomes a bit, combined. So from the 23rd of September, you need to submit again the Excel on the 7th of October. So I'm sure that by now everyone is at work. You're busy finalizing your assignment, and you're going to upload it for me on Funda, as we need to mark it on time and make sure that we submit all the marks at Cornerstone on the very last day of the term. So, as I said, we're going to discuss about Microsoft Word Module 5. So let me switch to my learner guide Learner Guide is a book that you're going to find on Funda. This book is always on Funda under the resources. I always repeat this. So this is the Funda side. And if you click on resources and find Microsoft Word, which is in Unit 2, MS Word. So if you click on plus, you're going to find these books, which are the 3G books. So you need to have Adobe Flash player on your computer in order to be able to open the file. So if you click on this particular file, it will download, and you click into download folder to find it and open it. Yeah. So I had issues where people don't know how to open this. So this is not to be opened or to be downloaded during the class time, because it might take 7-10 minutes to download this. So it's better that you open it or you download it early before the class time. You save it on your USB, even on your laptop or on your computer, so that whenever it comes to this time of tutorial, you can just click and open the book and do this exactly the same thing as with me, what I'm going to do. So we are on the Learner Guide, and we're going to see the outline. As you know, I've been explaining how to use this Learner Guide many times, so I'm sure that everyone should be familiar with this by now. So this is your Learner Guide, which is electronic book. I like it. It's actually very nice. So these are your templates. So you get your template, different templates. So it means if throughout an activity they want you to open a certain template, you simply come behind the cover page. Just behind the cover page, you shall find the template and all the names. So if you just click on the template, it will give you the particular template in the format that that is required. So let's see the outline of this particular module 5. Let's see what we should focus on. So this is about creating a table, format a table, insert and delete rows and columns in the table, total numeric entries in a table, calculate it in a table, merge cells in a table, insert borders in a table, remove borders in a table, enter vertical text into a table, create parallel columns in a document, create newspaper columns in a document, assemble newsletters, balancing the length of newsletters, adjust the layout of the newsletter, edit and restructure newspaper columns, add and drop text. Use an existing template, create a new template. Actually, this is what we're going to focus throughout this module 5. So these are the templates that you will need to use. All these templates, you can find it on behind the cover page of this particular unit standard. Yes. I see my Q&A is not working today. I don't know what is the reason. It's not activated. Let me see if I can find a way. Otherwise, there's no questions. There's no way that I can, yeah. There's no way that you can interact as long as there's no Q&A is not on. But let me switch to Microsoft Word. And I think I need to as well switch on to my Skype, so that if you want to interact with me, you can even do that over the Skype, because this Q&A is not activated today. Okay. So if you want to contact me on Skype, you can make use of this. you can make use of this. If you want to contact me on Skype, you can interact. Let me see. Yeah, because my Q&A is not working right now. Let me log into Skype. I can see the icon. Okay. 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 So I'm sure that you guys can contact me on Skype if there's any problem. So just send me a message or something. I'll be able to reply back to you. So we are speaking about Microsoft Word. This is my Skype name. So you can make use of this in order to send me, to ask me a question or anything. Okay. Let's us minimize this and maximize this document. Okay. As we know, Microsoft Word is designed to create, to format, and to edit a document. So the table becomes something very important, a very important lesson in Microsoft Word. It is as well complex because it's not really anybody that can make a table. It becomes a bit difficult sometimes to make a table. You can make a table. I mean, like 5 columns and 10 rows. It's easy. Most of us can do it. But when it comes to adding more rows, more columns, and editing and merging the cells, it becomes then the problem. So these are the things that we're going to focus on, so that next time we might be able to create a table. As we can see in our unit standard, the very first chapter says setting up tables. Yes, creating a table. So I like our books because we have the screenshot. It's easy to see and to manipulate. So this is exactly what we're going to do. And this book is simply based in Microsoft Office 2007, but my computer is 2013. It is Office 2013. So it might look slightly like little small icons which are a little different, but I'm sure that the whole structure is still the same. Yeah. So to make a table, you can click on Insert. As you can see, when I click on Insert, I have okay. Yeah. So let me do something, please. Okay. So when I click on Insert, I have my tools, and the tool next to Insert itself, it's a tables or table. So when you click on table, this shortcut menu, this menu comes up. So the more you select the squares, the more you're creating a table or you're making the cells. As you can see, if I select 4, I have a table with 4 cells, or 2 columns and 2 rows. So you can decide the number of rows that you want, the number of columns that you want, and the number of rows that you want. So these are your rows. These are your rows, and these are the columns. So, but the only challenge with this, it doesn't offer you a possibility of creating a very big table. So if you want, in this case, a table of 20 columns and 20 rows, so you can't make use of this shortcut. You have to click on Insert Table. So under Insert Table, you can decide the number of columns and number of rows. So I would say, for instance, I want 10 columns and I want 15 rows. So you get to type into this dialog box, Insert Table, and click OK. You have a table. The table comes with this line. which has this particular size. But you can edit or you can format the entire table in terms of cells, columns, and rows. So you can change anything to your personal settings to something that you want. Number one, you can just click on the table to select the entire table. So to select the table, you can do it in two ways. So you can click in the first cell and drag down, which works nice. Or you can simply bring your mouse pointer on the table. You're going to notice there's a little square with a cross inside, somewhere there. So if you click in that place, you'll be able to select the entire table. Now this time, we can go to, if I want to change maybe the lines. In Microsoft Office 2013, it is actually easy, because once you select a table, there's a new tab that comes up here, which is design and layout. Yes, design and layout, you don't see these menus before you select the table. So once you select it, design and layout comes up. So let's say we are on design. So I'll select the design and go down onto the lines. I'll use the thick lines. Let me use this here. So if I select the thick line and the pen, you can see there's a pen or pencil on my mouse. So I can draw. I can use it to draw and replace these small lines with the big lines. So it's actually something very flexible. So it doesn't request much effort from your hands. You just have to click and drag. You have the borders the way you want it. Okay, this can be done if you want to do it one by one, as I did for some reasons. So let's say I want to make something like this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is nice. You can see that I have something which I don't want over here. So this time I can click on layout. I need to find the eraser. Yeah, here's the eraser. I'll click on the eraser and click on this line. The line will be off. Yeah. So, but to get to that, okay, you just bring back the line which were off. Okay. Anyways, but if I want the same lines everywhere on my table, so I'll just simply select this, the entire table, go to borders, and say all borders or no borders. Where's the borders again? Okay, you can go down to borders and shading. So it should take me onto this place. I can select any line that I want. It applies on the table. Then I click OK. So my table will be able to have these thick lines. So, okay, let me select the table, go to borders, go to borders and shadings, you select the line, the kind of line that you want, the kind of lines that you want. So the moment that you select the line, you can see that the line applies on this preview. This place will show you, I mean, whatever change that you're making on your table will appear over here. So this simply means that this is how your table is going to look like. So your table will be looking exactly like this. Okay, so click OK. Then you can see that the change is applied on the table. Now, let me turn my page from portrait to landscape. Page layout. Where is it? Orientation, landscape. Okay, so that you can have a big table. Okay, so when you bring your mouse pointer on the table and select it, there's a little cross or square that comes on top with a cross in. This allows you to move your table from where it is to any other place. So you can click and drag. You'll be able to take off your table, to move your table from any place to where you want it to be on your document. Okay, Now, at the bottom as well, you can see there is a small dot. This dot over here. So once you position your mouse pointer on here, you can click and drag down to resize your table. This is how you can resize a table. Yeah. But remember that you don't go over the margins, because sometimes, depending on the printers, some of the printers cannot print that far. I mean, like more than 1 centimeter after the margin. So you need to make sure that you keep it on your, in the proper margins. So let me change these lines. I will go to borders. Okay, like this, because this is straight. Okay, I can't see the line that I want. I want a proper line, which I don't see. But anyways, let me use this. Yeah. So as you can see, we have the table. Now, let us discuss a bit about merging the table. So, if I want to insert a title on my table, I have two possibilities. I can click and drag the table down. Let me try that again. Then I will come on. Yeah, it's actually at the bottom. This is why. This is why the table is not going. Okay. This is why the table is not going, because it was on this on 2 pages. Now, if I want to make a title on this table, I can simply shift it down and click to have the title. Where is it? And just click on here. Once you place the cursor, you can then type the title. But in this particular case, I want us to learn how to merge. To merge, I can simply click and select the entire row. I will do the right click on it and go down to merge cells. If I click on merge cells, so I'll be breaking all the lines in between the cells and make the entire row to be 1 block. So I can still do that. I can select anywhere else on my table, keep my mouse pointer on the selection, right click and merge cells. So this is how I can merge cells. If I don't want to do it in this way, I can still go to layout and use the eraser. Eraser is even the easiest one. I'll click on the lines and see how the lines are they going off. Yeah. So I just click on the lines. So this is a very good way of merging a table. Yeah, because once you just click on the line, then the line is off. It's actually very easy. If I want to make a form or a table, a very big table, what I do, I just make something, like big, and then I start merging, I start moving what I don't want. So in the same place next to erase, you also have draw. So you can draw anything on your table. I can draw what I want. See, I can draw it in the way that I want it. Yeah, as you can see, I can draw. So with this, I can now draw anything that I want from my table. So this one saves time, and it allows you really to go extra mile in terms of can draw even a very complicated table or anything that you want to get. So by just making use of a draw table and erase, eraser. So eraser allows you to erase. You can, if you want to merge, let's say the second row, I can click and erase each line, or I can click and drag. Let's see. Yes. So it is still, yes. Okay. so I can merge my table in this particular way. Let me insert page break. Let me insert another table in order to show you something. Okay. Inserting a new, deleting first. Let's learn how to delete. Let me give you the big lines, borders and shading. Okay. Okay, so here's the table that I just created. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 columns, but I want to keep it on 5 columns. So I can select the 2 columns and press backspace on the keyboard. So I've deleted. Or otherwise, I can select in this way. You bring your mouse pointer on top, you see your pointer looks like a drop-down arrow. So if you click and select, you'll be able to select the 2 columns and delete. The same thing applies on the rows as well, but for the row, you need to be on the left-hand side. So if you click and drag down, you can be able to select the table. This is what is a bit, nice to do, because if you click inside, you might click maybe on the line. So when you click on the line and try to resize it, try to select it, then you damage your table. So if you bring your mouse pointer outside, on the slightly out on the left, you'll be able to click and select the entire row without much effort. Okay. Now, how can you insert delete a new a row? Because we just learned how to delete a column. Select the columns, press backspace. But it's easy. So if you want to delete a row, you can simply select the row. So I want to delete these 2 rows, then backspace. So it works in the same way. Page layout, landscape, yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. So, if you want to actually to insert now a new row or a column. If I want this table to have more than 10 columns or whatever number of columns, I can simply number 1, to click in the last cell. See, when you click in the last cell, you place your cursor in there. See where my mouse pointer is. So your cursor is into this particular cell. You press tab on the keyboard. See, if I press tab on the keyboard, it gives me different rows. Okay. So if I need to insert a column as well, I will select 1 column. So let's say if my column I want my column to be the last one, on the right. So I will simply I'll simply select the entire column by just bringing my mouse pointer on top. You see, when you bring your mouse pointer on top, you can see the drop down arrow. I can select that and bring my mouse pointer on the selection, right click, insert column to the left, insert column to the right, insert rows above, insert rows below, and insert cells. And I can use insert column to the right, and I have an extra column, as you can see. Yeah. So I have extra column. So this is how I can insert this is how I can insert my rows and my columns. So remember the merge and center, you can select the entire row or whatever area that you want to merge. Do the right click, you go to merge cells. Okay. Or simply you can go to select your table, go to design, on layout, and use the color eraser. I mean the eraser. So you point the eraser on the line. Yeah. Just point it on the line and click to be able to delete this particular line. Is there any question? I said if somebody has a question, you can ask me a question on Skype because I'm online right now. You can invite me and yeah. Yeah, just send me a message. I'll be able to reply back to you. So there's no message so far. I don't know why my Q&A is not working, but I'll. Okay. But anyways, if you have a question, you can ask me on Skype so that I can assist you. So let's see one of the questions of your formative activity, so that you can understand what we're requesting you in this particular module. This is I can navigate. You can navigate this way. Okay. This is your formative activity. Open a blank document, navigate to your assessment folder, and open the document called audit. Copy the first page and paste it to the blank document. Create a table on the second page. It will have 4 columns and 5 rows. Look at the sample to see where you are heading. Yeah. So resize the columns as follow. Column 1 centimeter, column 2 10 centimeters, and so on. So these are the questions of the formative assessment which you need to submit. So we've combined all these questions from weight 1, weight 2, and 5, so that you might just do one assignment instead of 3 assignments, which should have covered 3 modules. So it's now very much easy for you to do and to complete this particular assignment. Let's come back onto the table. I want to delete all of these. Yes. Insert some data in the table, Monday. Spelling is bad. I selected O, home, bold. You can see that my text is aligned onto the left. I can align it in the center, or I can go to layout. I have as well 9 alignment. I can align it into the middle. Yeah, check this. Let me do it in this way. 1. In one cell, in a cell, we have 9 alignment. Number 1, we have top left, top center, and top right. So we have middle left, the middle or middle center, and middle right. So we have bottom left, bottom center, and bottom right. So this is how this works in one particular cell. So if you want to use this to make use of this alignment, you need to make sure that you go to Now, you go to layout, and under layout, you can see the alignments are over here. So let's say I have as well a table, and the columns are not of the same size, even the rows. I have some of the big rows, some of the big columns. So this is how I do it. You bring the mouse pointer on the line to give you the 2 arrow directions. So you can click and drag to resize your table manually. But if you bring your mouse pointer on here, the one at the bottom, you click and drag down, it offers, it actually, you can resize your table in that way. So at the bottom, you'll see there's a little dot on here, little square. If you bring your mouse pointer on it, you'll see it to look like the resize arrow. Just click and drag down or up to shrink your table. Yeah. Okay. But now I just want to go through with you with I want to show you how to distribute the rows and columns. These columns are not of the same size, as you can see. The first column, second one is smaller, this is bigger, and so on. So if I need to distribute all these to make it one size, I'll select the entire table and go down here under layout. It says distribute rows, distribute columns. So if I click on distribute columns, as you can see, it gives it the very same size. And distribute rows, yes, so the rows are actually of the same size. Now, text direction. You can select this text and change the direction of a text in a cell. So if you select under layout still, you can find text direction somewhere there. So the more you click, the more you can rotate your text. This is something very nice. Yeah, I can rotate my text the way that I want in a particular table. Yeah. Now, if I want to fix a particular cell or column according to a certain measurement, I want maybe my cell to be of 1 centimeter. So I will just click in the cell and go to 8. You can see 1.4, 1.5. So I can go to width. You can see, oh, let me increase it. 2. So this is how it's so easy, as you can see, just punch in the measurement to give you what you want. So you can sort as well. Let me Control X, Control V, Control X, Control V, Control X, Control V, Control X, Control V. Yes. So I like it the way it is because I need to align it. I'll select the entire table and go to, I can even use this, yeah, to align my text. So let's see, I want to align this according to a certain order from A to Z. You just select it, go to sort. Yeah, I'm sure that this won't work properly, but yeah, as you can see. So we have Monday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, and so on, because you can sort from A to Z. Yeah. So you can just click in order to set up your to sort your list. So this doesn't only happen in Excel. It happens in Word as well, where you can set up your you can sort your list. from according to a certain order. If you want from A to Z or from Z to A. Okay. So you can make use of these tools as well in order to insert a row or to insert a column. So when you go to insert above, insert rows above, you see it gives you the row. Insert row below, gives you a row. Insert left. So it gives you the same table on the left, which is a very big table. Insert right, it gives you the same table on the right. You can split as well the cells. You click in the cell and you go to split cells. As if you want to split it into 2 or 3, you click 3, then you can see you've split this. But this is what I've been showing you under design, under layout. You can still click draw table and use the pencil instead of, yeah. So nowadays I really love to make tables because it's the easiest thing that I can do. So this is how you can split. Yes, let's see what else. Yes, design. Let me select the entire table layout. Yes, I'm under design. You can see that we have some of the design that has been made ready for us. So if you select any of these designs, the table can be formatted into any design. So if you format your table in this way, it looks apparently that like there's no cells. You still have your cells, your rows and columns. They are just not visible because there's shading on the background. But whenever you want to type something, it should be into a particular cell or in a particular row or column. So you can make use of this. This design nice when after completing your table. So you just do the entire table, you do the data in it, you fill in the information, then you format it to any style that you want. This is what you can do. But if you don't want this, you can still color in yourself. You can do the shading. You can click and drag, go to shading, and pick up any color that you want. If you want your table to be of your own, yeah, you can make it in your own way that you want it to be. So I can make any different shading on my own table by just going to the shading. If I don't want it, I can select again and go back to shading and say no color. Then it will be off. Okay. You can change the inside and outside colors. So I can select on the entire table, go to borders. So I want the outside borders. I want to apply outside borders. Okay. Again. Yeah, borders. I can go to borders. I'll say the outside borders. I want them of this kind of borders with different colors. So I'll say, where is it? I'll click on this outside. I'll click on this squares. They're giving me the outside borders, and I'll apply it on there. So I can have different outside borders and different inside borders. Okay. Is there any question? If there's any question, you can send me a question on Skype so that I may. You can send me a message on Skype so that I may see how to respond back to you while I'm still here. So, let me have a look in my book quickly. Okay, as you can see on the summary, we have create a table, insert text into the table, select a table, adjust with the column and rows, the size of the columns and rows, insert rows and column into a table, use table style, we've used that, apply borders and to the table, apply shading to a table. We have merging the cells, splitting the cells, change the text direction, changing the alignment, changing the cell margins. sorting information in a table. You can sort using parallel columns, no borders. Yeah, view grid lines, total numeric entries in a table, add borders to a document, apply shading, yeah, and so on. Create page borders. I think page borders, one of the things that we did last time in Microsoft Word Module 1, click on your page is open, you go to a page layout. Where is it? Page layout. Then you should be able to find page borders somewhere. It's slightly different from the two different versions. Let's see. Yeah, page borders, find it under design. In this, yeah, you can use any border that you want to make. So page borders, you have the lines. You can even make use of lines. Okay, this line can have any color. You just click on any color in order to give different color to your table. So this is what we will cover today according to the time that you are given. So please do your best to go through the assignment and make sure that you submit the assignment on time, because failing to submit the assignment on time will result in failing the particular module. So these questions are very little and small questions that you can do over 1 hour and complete your assignment and submit. So make use of your module outline as well in order to understand what we're busy doing and when do we need what. So let's visit, trying to find a module outline for you so that you can see. Yeah, but anyways, you can simply just go to Funda site and go to module outline. You'll find this outline, which is a PDF document, which you can open and save on your USB or print and stick somewhere in your house so that you can see what we're busy doing. So thank you very much for today, and I'll see you again after the 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean on the second week of, on the 30th of September, when we're going to be discussing about Microsoft Excel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you.